together this video. So this is our pollinator garden. This strip here, you can see in this picture, was originally all grass. And we wanted to start adding some pollinator gardens around. So we started with this fall. This is a butterfly bush. This will be big and it'll be white. You can kind of see the flowers on the inside. It's gonna be really pretty. Then I have a comfrey plant. Now this will actually get replanted, but it needed to go in the ground, so we're gonna leave it here over winter. Then here we have a variety of milkweed. This is actually an annual, so this will come back year after year. Here is some bee balm, or some of you might call it monarda. It's these really pretty flowers that have lots of medicinal purposes, but it also is a great attractor of hummingbirds and other butterflies. Russian sage, and then these three little clumps are different varieties of lavender. The two big plants in the middle are hibiscus. They get these really big, huge red flowers that are probably about the size of my hand. And then over here, in a couple little spots in front, we have some chamomile. We keep moving down, you'll see almost like a mirror image. So there are 3 lavenders. This one right here, I'm not sure if it's going to make it. 3 more lavenders here, a Russian sage, another bee balm. It's actually a slightly different variety than the other one I showed you, but still in that family. This is, I think it's called pieweed, and it came in a package of butterfly bushes that my dad gave me, which is where the other milkweed came from. Over here you can see we have more comfrey plants. Again, these are just here over winter. Another butterfly bush. So that was the first project that we accomplished in September. Tilling all this up, getting all the plants planted, and then mulching it back over. So project number 2 that we finished this September is building the compost bins. So we've gotten pallets throughout the summer for free, and we've been building these compost piles. And so we actually just built the pallets around them, screwed them together. So now we actually have 2 compost bins. The goal will be to rotate, so we'll fill up the right side first. When that's full, then we'll start filling up the left side, kind of alternate, so then we can pull soil out of the bottom of this one, that kind of thing. So that's the goal for back here. You can see project number 3, it's really hard to see in here, is that we're trying to get grass to grow in the old chicken yard so that we can rotate all of our girls through 3 different grassy areas, so they always have fresh grass and things to scratch up and bugs and all that jazz. But it's been so dry here, it was really hard to get this to grow. So we're hoping this fall it continues. Project number 3 for September is filling the wood pile and cleaning the pots. I don't know if you remember seeing this in any of the videos, but this whole entire area was full of all of our pots that we pulled out, we cleaned, we've been organizing, trying to see what goes with what fits together, and trying to get them in the barn in some sort of order. So in winter, like late winter, early spring comes, we have everything organized, and we wanted this lawn back. So that was an afternoon project. This was about a 1.5 day project, including pulling a lot of these big logs that were probably about this size or this size out of the woods on the mower, bringing them back here, and then getting them organized. Now this wood rack that you see will actually sit up by the house, so that we can just pull from this right by the house. It'll sit underneath the awning so it stays fairly dry. And then as we empty it, we will fill it up from here. Hopefully before winter, we will get another whole set of wood, you know, like another set of rails down and another 2 sets of wood set up there to keep us going through winter. We'll just see how that Project goes. Number 4 of September is finishing the chicken coop. So we actually did not get this project fully done. You can tell there's a slice here. So this is where the nesting boxes will go. We are going to put on some framing on the outside and then a handle so we can just lift this up and get into the nesting boxes. But most of this project is done. The girls are loving their new home. You can tell there's their feeders. One's going to come and try and escape. Here's their nesting boxes. Shut that before they escape. They love their new space. They love their new yard. So here's their little door. Their yard goes all the way back to there. and then all the way to the back corner of our property. They have this huge rectangle right now. We will eventually finish this fence, so there'll be 3 essentially paddocks that they can rotate through. This right here is their water. I get a lot of questions about this. It is a drum that we put these little nipple waters in the bottom, and they love it. It's so easy. It's not very messy. We keep it outside the coop so that it doesn't get all their bedding wet all the time. But this is essentially the chicken house. I'm walking up towards the front of the property. This is project number 5 of September. We cleaned up the area around these trees, pulled out everything that was dead, the poison ivy, sprayed for it, and then put some mulch down. These are 2 areas, and one of the areas in the back I'm going to show you next, that we've been neglecting since we moved in. So we really wanted to get this done this spring. This is actually an oak tree that we that was part of our wedding ceremony. So this is actually our unity ceremony at our wedding. We poured dirt from our childhood home into the pot where this oak was. So this oak is super important to us, and we've been neglecting it since we moved in. So we really wanted to spend some time this month, get this cleaned up, get it mulched, and make this look beautiful again. One more section to show you, and that has to go along with cleaning up and mulching. So this was the last little segment of mulching that we did in the month of September. This is on the east side of our house, and again, it had been neglected since we moved in. It was overgrown, it was gross, it's out of control. So this setup here that you see that hose going down underneath actually goes the irrigation system out to the garden. So we buried that a little deeper. We cleaned up all of this, laid those bricks to give this a little bit of a drip zone so it wouldn't completely turn into mud, and then we're going to use this next year to plant something come springtime. Probably would be a mixture of herbs and lettuces. This area gets a ton of shade, so it'll be perfect for those shade-loving plants. So there you have it, the 5 projects that we worked on and completed in the month of September.